Hi guys and welcome to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today at Drayton Park Golf Club. I'm in my swing studio and today's video is all going to be about how to cope when the wind is behind us. So I'm going to go through what difference it makes so you've got a better calculation next time you're on the golf course. So I've just filmed a video that was talking about into the wind. So I was on a different par 3 to this one, but it was about the calculation for into the wind and again how we could cope with that. If you haven't seen that already, make sure you check this one, that video out after watching this one. That's really relevant for you as well, and it is a different calculation. I've put myself on my launch monitor and simulator here on a course called La Tempête. Apologies if I pronounced that wrong. It's a course in Canada. So any French speaking people out there, any Canadians, if I did get it wrong, please let me know below. I want to play this golf course. It looks phenomenal. It's my favorite, I think, on here, and the par 3s are fantastic. This is their 11th hole. I've just put myself, I think, off the white tees. There's a lot of different choices. This hole, or to the flag, which is at the front of the green, is 157 yards, but I've got a 20-mile-an-hour wind at my back, so helping me, blowing on. It's also moving perhaps a little bit right to left, but mainly this is pretty much downwind by 20 miles an hour. So 157, that would normally be a regular 8-iron for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit a stock regular 8-iron just to see what difference that makes with that 20-mile-an-hour wind behind me. So I'm going to click so you guys can see the ball flight. I'm not going to do anything different, normal ball position, just a regular 8-iron. That felt really good. Right at the middle, nice soft draw, and that ball has pitched a long way. 173. So remember, this 8-iron club normally for me pitches about 155. And it's flown 173 and it's had extra roll on there as well, so way too far. So let's talk about the calculation that we could make on the golf course. And as I said, this is separate, this is different to into the wind. Downwind, every 1 mile an hour wind that's helping us means that it's going to play 0.5% shorter, okay? So we've got 157 yards here. I've got to take off, that's a 10, because it's a 20-mile-an-hour wind, it's going to make it 10% difference. So I've got to take off 15.7 yards if you want to be really exact. So that makes this play about 142. Okay, so 142 is about a 9-iron for me. I fly a 9-iron, 135 up to 140. So 142. I'm just going to now go ahead and hit a 9-iron. So this has made, for me on this particular shot, 1 club difference. But I wouldn't just go, oh, the wind's behind, the wind's into, it's 1 club more, it's 1 club less. It doesn't quite work out that way. So as I said, with the wind helping, every 1 mile an hour makes 0.5% difference. So this, as a 20-mile-an-hour wind, is making a 10% difference to me. So I've got to take 10% off that yardage, which is what I've done. Let me go ahead now and hit just a stock 9-iron. I'm hoping this is going to fly the right distance, but it may still run on too far. So I may then just talk you through what to do if we needed to stop it even quicker, especially with this front pin location. I don't know that it was perfectly out the middle, felt okay. It's flown, I think, the right distance, front edge of the green. Yeah, so it flew 154. So I said the hole, I've forgotten the distance the hole was now. I've got too many maths figures going in my head. 157. And I flew at 154. So you can see the calculation is correct, but the ball rolled on a little bit more than I'd want to see. This is a particularly tough one. It's downwind with a front pin location. So I guess I would accept 20 feet past that flag. But if I wanted to stop it quicker, what else could I do to try and stop that ball a little bit quicker when it's downwind? Because when you are downwind, you see the ball flight almost being knocked, especially if it's such strong wind, you see the ball being knocked out of the sky a little bit sooner. So what I'm going to do is just make some setup changes with the same club, with that 9-iron, to see if I can actually get it a little bit higher, stopping a little bit sooner. So what I'm going to do is move the ball a little bit further forwards in my stance. The tendency I find with amateur golfers when they do that is perhaps to hit it a little bit heavy. We've got to make sure that we still get through the ball and we still finish with that pressure onto our lead leg. So I've moved the ball a little bit further forwards in my stance. I could even just set up a little bit like a drive with a little bit more tilt behind it with my upper body. So my trail shoulder is sitting lower than my lead shoulder. This is going to mean less of an angle of attack or not hitting down on the ball as much. I'm going to create a little bit more dynamic loft on the golf club, try and hit it a little bit higher. So balls forwards. I'm just tilted slightly behind the golf ball, but I've still got to make sure I still get through the ball. Let's give it a whirl. Yeah, noticeably higher ball flight. So that one flew 157. Took a little bit of hard kick, if I'm honest, but it stopped at 169. So that one I managed to launch at 25.6 degrees and I created loads of backspin, 7,600. So I did everything I could to try and stop the ball quicker. By launching that ball higher when it's downwind, it's going to mean that I can try and get that ball to stop a little bit quicker. The quick recap there, the calculation difference, 1 mile an hour wind behind you is 0.5%. Okay, so this is a 20 mile an hour wind, it is playing 10% less. That's why I took a club that was going to go 15 yards shorter, my 9-iron rather than my 8. If I want to stop the ball any quicker still, it's changing that ball position in relation to my sternum to encourage me. I feel like I'm hitting up on it, I actually still will be hitting down on it, just not as much, but that's going to give me that higher launch angle, get me to stop the ball a bit quicker. I hope that really helps you next time you're out on the golf course in coping with the wind. Let me know how you get on. Do post some comments and questions below. Love to hear how you're getting on with that. Any videos you'd like to see, get in touch. All our social media info is coming along the bottom of the screen now. It's a great way to get in touch, and also the website address to check out online coaching. Thanks guys, we'll see you soon.